Good morning, Professor. Good morning. My name is Kenroy Jones. Um, as per your email, we'll just make a video and send it to you, and you will take it from there. I do apologize I was not able to get in. I was looking forward for a presentation too, but nevertheless, this is where we are, and I'm grateful for the opportunity you're giving to me to take the video and send it to you. Okay, great. Okay, so this is my second article presentation, and the topic is military coups and dictatorship. And of course, our readings would be from Maggie Dyer, The Military in Africa Politics. All right, and the military in Africa politics. And of course, this is between the era in Africa between 1958 to 2008. All right, African Security. Volume 8, Review 18, number 3, 2002, right? Page taken from 71 to 73. The final thoughts: the importance of studying religion, understanding an Africa social fabric. Now, the introduction is military coups and dictatorship have significantly impacted Africa post-independence era, leading to the cycle of instability and governance challenges. This presentation will summarize the key themes from the assigned readings and analyze the lessons learned and evaluate their strengths and weaknesses. Additionally, the discussion continues by addressing the importance of religion and understanding Africa's border and social fabric. Now, the key themes. Number one, the key themes. Maggie Dyer, The Military in Africa. Dyer examined the military involvement in Africa politics system and highlights how often serve as both stabilizing and destabilizing force. The key themes is political power dynamics. African military frequently position themselves during the periods of political uncertainty. In Dyer, page 4, they talk about the functionalism within the militaries, internal divisions and rivalries within the ranks that can escalate into coups or coups. Of course, Dyer talk about that in page 6. The civil military relationships, the relationships between the civilian governments and the military often determines the stability of political system. Dyer, chapter page 7 to 8. The lesson learned: a lack of strong accountability institution creates opportunity for military interference. And of course, the second lesson that we learned from that is the effective civil-military relations are crucial for long-term government stability. The second point we want to talk about is with David Zomeno, the coups in Africa between 1958 to 2000. David provides a comprehensive overview of military coups across Africa, exploring the causes and the consequences. The key themes is patterns of coup. Over 90 successful coups occurred during the 50-year period, with West Africa experiencing the highest frequency. That's taken from Zomeno, page 72. Now, we also talk about the drivers of the coup: economic equality, political corruption, and authoritarianism often catalyze military interference. That is taken from page 72 to 73. And the regional impact, how it impacts was that the coups often destabilize neighboring countries, highlighting their broader political implications, and that's taken from page 73. What lesson have we learned from that reading? Political system must address the socio-economical grievances and prevent military takeovers. The second, to strengthen religion cooperation can mitigate the ripple effects of coups. All right. And third point that we want to look on, the role of religion in understanding Africa's social fabric. Religion plays a critical role in shaping Africa's social values and political ideologies. What are the key themes? The key themes in that reading, the key themes in that reading is that the social cohesion. Religious institutions often serve as a mediators in the times of political unrest within Africa. Moral frameworks. That's the first theme. The second one is the moral frameworks. Religion influenced the public attitude toward governance and resistance. And the implication, analyzing religion provides deeper insights into interplay between culture, values, and political system. The strengths and weaknesses of this reading. The strengths are Dyer's analyses offer a detailed exploration of military's internal dynamics and its political implication, while Zumeno's research present a comprehensive data on the coup trends, fostering a better understanding of their pattern and causes. And the religious perspective adds depth to the insights by linking culture and moral dimension to political developments. What are the weaknesses in this reading? The weaknesses is that Dyer's scope could provide more context to the role of international actors in influencing military action. Zumeno's limitations, focusing heavily on the quantitative data, leaving less room for exploring human impact on coups. And of course, third, the religious role. The needs, more concrete example concerning the religious institution of the specific political outcome. What is the conclusion with all this reading that we have learned is that military coups and dictatorship have left an indelible mark on Africa's political history, highlighting the needs for robust institutions, improved governance, and a stronger geographical cooperation. As a critical element of Africa's social fabric, religion provides a more valuable insight into the continent's political and cultural dynamics. And of course, last but not least, understanding these intersections is essential for fostering stability and progress within the continent of Africa. Beautiful reading. Now, with all these readings and questions and what we've learned from Dyer and what we learned from Zumeno, and of course how religious roles affect and influence Africa, it leaves me with three questions I want to ask. Three questions, possessed with three questions, and I'm sure as we go through the class, some of them have been answered, but I'm sure as we go through this journey with the readings, of course, that were made, we will answer these questions going forward. So the three questions that I want to ask for the discussion is, number one, how can Africa strengthen the civil-military relationships to prevent coups, further coups or future coups? Second, what role should the international organization play in addressing the root cause of military takeovers? And third but not least, how does religion shape public perception of governance and Africa political resistance? These are the questions that, derived, that I, came up with based on the readings of all the authors and the history and so far that we've come up with. So how can Africa states strengthen the civil-military relations to prevent future coups, and what role should international organization play addressing the root causes of military takeovers? And three, how does religion shape the public perception of governance and Africa political resistance? These are the questions that we will answer, of course, through our readings and future discussions. Well, thank you so much, Professor. That comes to the end of my presentation. I hope it wasn't too long. And thank you for the opportunity. And you have yourself a great day. Okay, bye now.